Welcome to Curious Kids HQ. This is the place where young explorers like you can dive into the most fascinating stories, amazing mysteries, and mind-blowing fun facts from all around the world. Let me take you on an adventure to one of the oldest and most mysterious places on Earth, where a strange and ancient mystery has baffled people for thousands of years. This is the story of the Nazca Lines, giant drawings in the desert that no one can fully explain. Imagine this. You're flying high above a vast, dry desert in southern Peru, and suddenly, you look down. At first, all you see is the endless stretch of sand and rocks. But as you look closer, something incredible begins to take shape. There, etched into the desert floor, are enormous drawings, so big that you can only truly see them from the sky. These aren't just any ordinary drawings, though. There are giant birds, spiders, monkeys, and even shapes that look like humans and strange geometric patterns. It's as if someone took a massive pencil and sketched them directly onto the earth. These mysterious drawings are known as the Nazca Lines, and they've been sitting in the desert for over 1,500 years, quietly waiting for someone to figure out their secrets. The people who created these enormous drawings lived long ago, around 200 to 600 AD. They were part of the ancient Nazca civilization, and even though they didn't have planes or hot air balloons, they somehow managed to create these huge designs, some of which stretch over 1,000 feet long. That's longer than 3 football fields placed end to end. But here's the kicker. You can only really see the full shapes from way up in the air. So how on earth did they do it? And why? Now, before we get too far ahead, let's talk about what these drawings actually look like. The Nazca Lines cover an area of nearly 200 square miles, and within that space, there are over 800 straight lines, 300 geometric shapes, and 70 different drawings of animals and plants called geoglyphs. Some of the most famous ones include the hummingbird, with its long beak and delicate wings stretched out as if it's in mid-flight, and the spider, with its long, spindly legs crawling across the desert floor. There's even a figure called the astronaut, which looks like a strange humanoid figure with big eyes and a round head, raising one arm as if it's waving at someone in the sky. The Nazca Lines were first rediscovered in the 1920s when commercial airplanes started flying over the area. Pilots looked down and saw these massive designs carved into the earth, and they were just as puzzled as we are today. How did the Nazca people create such perfect and enormous shapes without being able to see them from the air? Were they just incredibly skilled artists, or was there something else at play? Let's dive into some of the theories that people have come up with over the years. One of the most popular theories is that the Nazca Lines were made as a kind of offering to the gods. The Nazca people were deeply connected to their religion, and they believed in powerful gods who controlled everything from the rain to the harvest. Some researchers think that the drawings were meant to be seen by these gods, who would be looking down from the sky. The animals and plants could have been sacred symbols, meant to please the gods and bring blessings to the people on Earth. Another idea is that the Nazca Lines were used as a giant astronomical calendar. You see, some of the shapes and lines seem to line up perfectly with the rising and setting of the sun, the moon, and certain stars during special times of the year, like the summer and winter solstices. Could it be that the Nazca people used these massive drawings to track the movement of the heavens, helping them predict the seasons and plan their farming? It's a fascinating thought, and some researchers have spent years studying the alignments of the lines to try and prove this theory. But that's not all! There's another theory that's a little more mysterious, and maybe even a little spooky. Some people believe that the Nazca Lines might have been made as landing strips for ancient visitors from the stars. That's right, we're talking about aliens. The idea here is that the giant shapes were created as signals or markers for extraterrestrial beings who might have visited Earth long ago. The astronaut figure, with its round head and waving arm, adds to this theory, as some people believe it looks more like a space traveler than a human. Could it be that the Nazca people were trying to communicate with beings from another world? Or maybe they were trying to invite them back? Of course, the alien theory is just that, a theory. But it sure does get your imagination going, doesn't it? Now, here's the thing. Despite all these ideas, no one knows for sure why the Nazca people made these incredible drawings or how they managed to do it so perfectly. The desert where the Nazca Lines are found is one of the driest places on Earth, which has helped preserve the drawings for all these centuries. The wind hardly ever blows, and the temperature stays fairly stable, so the lines have remained almost exactly as they were when they were first created. But even though they've lasted for so long, the secrets of the Nazca Lines have stayed hidden. Some archaeologists think that the Nazca people used simple tools and ropes to create the massive designs, working carefully on the ground to measure out the shapes and lines. They might have used wooden stakes and strings to guide their drawings, slowly scraping away the dark, reddish-brown stones on the surface of the desert to reveal the lighter-colored earth underneath. It's amazing to think about how much effort and precision went into making each drawing, especially when you consider how enormous they are. But no matter how much we learn about the Nazca Lines, the real mystery remains. Why did the Nazca people go to all this trouble? What message were they trying to send, and to whom? Was it a message to the gods, a calendar for the stars, or a beacon for visitors from the skies? Or maybe it was something else entirely, something we haven't even imagined yet. That's the beauty of ancient mysteries like this one. They keep us wondering, keep us searching for answers, and most importantly, keep our imaginations alive. The Nazca Lines may have been made thousands of years ago, but they still have the power to inspire us today, just as they have for generations of explorers, scientists, and dreamers. So, the next time you look up at the stars, or even down at the ground beneath your feet, remember that there are mysteries all around us, waiting to be discovered. The Nazca Lines are just one of many ancient puzzles that challenge us to think, to imagine, and to wonder about the world we live in. Maybe one day someone will finally unlock the secrets of these incredible drawings. Maybe that someone could even be you. Until then, the Nazca Lines will remain a silent mystery, etched into the desert floor, waiting patiently for the next curious mind to come along and ask, why? Wow, what an adventure. If you loved learning with us today, don't forget to hit that like button to let us know. And if you want to join us for more awesome discoveries, subscribe to Curious Kids HQ and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our next amazing adventure. Share the fun with your friends and family too, because the more curious minds we have, the better. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay curious, adventurers!